What it do, y'all? It's your boy Don. So we back with another video, man. And before we get started, I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but you know, your boy a little congested up in the nose area, trying to get rid of whatever little cold or sinus issue I got going on right now. But as you can see, we got my lady's car right here, aka Black Widow. Gonna be doing front brakes on it, man. Like, y'all see me do brakes 1,000 times, but hey, every car is different. Every car is slightly different. You never know. So if you got a Solar, this is a 05, but if you got, when did a Solar start? Like 98, 2000, something like that, But if you got a Solar between that year and 2005, which I think this is the last body style, maybe 06, I think. I'm not too sure. But yeah, if you got a Solar, if you got a Camry, whatever the case may be, like I said, it's all the, at the end of the day, it's technically all the same, but you know, a little different. But yeah, I'm gonna start setting everything up, take the wheels off, and then we're gonna go from there. So let's get it. Alright guys, you can see we got the car set up on one side. We're gonna start, so we're doing brake pads and rotors. So as y'all know, and if you don't know, that's what we're here for. So we're gonna take off these two 14 bolts to take off the caliper, and then there's, I believe there's 17s, two 17s back here, one right here and one at the bottom, that takes off this bracket, and then we can take the rotor off. So I'll start with taking these two 14s off, and then we'll get to the 17s. Guys, already cracked them loose off camera, sorry about that. Gonna get our slowly dying out 3/8 gun. Okay. Now the pads are like fine, like they got thickness, they still got good thickness and everything on it, but the brakes are just a little iffy. Now see, they're still good, still got life on them, but they're a little iffy, man. Like, and these are old, like, I don't know if you guys can see it, if the camera picks it up well, but there's cracks all in the brake pad material itself. So, and then these rotors are just old, they're crusty, they kind of got little grooves in them, but obviously we want to change that. So yeah, so let me get the brake tool, the piston tool, so I can push this piston back, y'all. We got some grease, we got the wire brush, and then we got the brake piston tool. You guys can see. Nope, you can't. Let me just bring you guys up here to show you. So obviously, you know, it's the piston right there, the whole caliper, the piston, the tool. So let's get it. See if I can bring you guys along with me on this. Let's see. Set you guys up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Let's see if I can get you guys a good angle. Oh yeah, that's decent. That's decent right there, y'all. Yeah. This one going back pretty easily, pretty good. I say so myself. Now, the brakes act a little iffy. Now, what I mean is, like, it feels like if you work in a dealership, you'll know what I mean by this, especially like with Toyotas, because Toyota pads are known for doing this. But the pads tend to shift. You know, if that makes sense. If you know, you know. But that's what it feels like when you brake. So I don't know. I'm not really hoping that this will fix it, but the fact that there's new brakes on here is, you know, I'd rather, you know, start with the brakes, put new brakes on here. But it also feels like it's the ABS issue. Now when I took the wheel off, I found this wire. Somebody had like just put the wires back together and just curled them up and shit. So maybe because exposed wiring, I don't know, maybe I'll try to fix that back together, maybe do a little something to fix that. But in other words, we got the caliper pushed back, and yeah, we're gonna start with that. So let me grab a couple more tools and be right back with y'all. All right guys, back with it. I cracked this one loose, had to use a big ass hammer, only because I don't really feel like getting on the ground to get the leverage I really need, and my gun, my half-inch Milwaukee gun, does not fit back here without turning this outwards, and I can't do that because I jacked it up only on one side. So, you know, hammer works. We got the bracket off. So this is where our wire brush comes in handy. Actually, the new pads should come with new shims, but I like to use the original ones because the aftermarket ones never fit properly. Oh, we gotta do modifications to them. And yeah, and now we got the rotor off. I mean, I've seen worse, you know, rotors, but it's a little crusty and whatnot, you know. It is what it is. Now, typically, I would sand this hub, which I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it by hand because I don't really feel like setting up the compressor and using the angle grinder, which I could. Actually, I have my wireless angle grinder, but I don't have sanding pads for it. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna just scrub it a little bit by hand. All right, gang, back with it. I don't know how well you could tell, how well you guys can see it, but I did clean the hub. Let me zoom in for y'all a little bit, just a little bit. I ain't do nothing crazy, something slight. And I did confirm that the rotors and the pads are the same, so we are good there. Some wheel bearing / high temp grease. You already know brakes get up to temperature. So yeah, we'll do that. Throw this bracket back on. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. It is Saturday, the 14th, the day before Father's Day. Don't know when I'm gonna put this video out, but I just wanted to say that. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, to the granddads out there, this upcoming soon-to-be fathers, the stepdads, everybody. Right now, I am drenched in sweat right now, guys. Alright, look at that. Easy peasy, little squeezy. We're gonna take out a nice little hook right here that I offer there. Shout out to Metco. Oh, we're gonna put our brake caliper back on here. Oh, wait, forgot, guys. Sliding pins. Though these sliding pins aren't loose and they feel good, always re-grease your sliding pins. And if they're rusty, you take them out, pull them off. I mean, clean them off of all the rust. They still got pretty good amount of grease on here. I'm gonna just throw a little bit on there. Yeah, they still got a pretty good amount of grease, but we're gonna throw some more grease on there. I really should have just cleaned it off for real, but you know, it is what it is. The only thing about taking the sliding pins out is like they won't sit completely flush until you put the bolts in there, back in there. I'll say what I do with them. Take out 14 bolts and just put them back. You already You hear this dying out gun calling for help. Oh, look at that eye. I'm telling you, bang it a little bit, it works. So you got this car gonna need some work, man. Dead ass. This car gonna need some work. This car gonna need control arms soon. This car needs some work. All right, guys, back with it. As you guys can tell, the battery did die. However, I did this out in maybe 10 minutes. But in between that 10 minutes, I was charging the battery. So we got a decent amount. We got a good amount of charge actually, just from that little 10 minutes, maybe if that. But I think I was left off with saying, the car needs some work as far as suspension work. Look, I hate to show you guys so early, but look at the control arms. So yeah, gonna need control arms. Gonna need a few things. I'm not even gonna list everything that it says. All you guys can see the struts. Hey, yeah, that's terrible. I don't know, man. You're gonna see what she think. Maybe put some coilovers on this thing or some lowering springs or something. Get some new struts though for sure, because these joints are fucking rusty. But yeah, man, like I said, I did this out in 10 minutes. Nothing crazy, to show you guys whatever. But yeah, we about to put the wheel back on actually. So yeah, let's put this wheel back on, and we just wrapping it up at this point, y'all. So let me set you guys down right here, so you guys can see me do the final touches. And I hope this guy, guys, I do these DIY videos to help, others out there who may not be, that mechanically inclined. So I do know what you guys like to see as far as from my channel. At least I have a pretty good guess on what you guys like to see from my channel. But I'm gonna keep doing these mechanical DIY videos. Even if I've done it a million times. Honestly, next time I do some breaks, I probably won't record it. But yeah, man, I've done these videos so many times. But like I said, I do these for the ones who aren't that mechanically inclined, or just want to know the basic stuff. I mean, everybody should know basic stuff, even including women. Like if you're a man, if you're a boy / man, and you don't know how to change your oil, or change your tire, or whatever. Honestly, to tell you the truth, that's kind of embarrassing for us. But to each his own. But that's kind of embarrassing. But the few girls or women that are engaged in this channel, I hope you girls, ladies, learn a lot from my channel, or whether somebody else's channel. I'm not here to scare anybody wrong. Like I said before, I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. I'm not sure if I even want to know everything. At the end of the day, I know what I know, and I know the right way to do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let's move the gun out of the way so I can let this down. And guys, and boom, ta-da. Now, I'm not gonna bore you guys or bother you guys with the test drive and closing out the video later after that. Excuse me, got sweat in my eye, guys. Sweat in my eye. As you guys see, I am drenched in sweat. My shirt is drenched. My gloves are super dirty. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it. Excuse me for a second. I need a new jack, bad. But yeah, man, with that being said, guys, this is going to be the end of the video right here. Like I said, I'm not going to bore you guys with the test drive. I got to pump the brakes. I got a test drive. And I'm not going to bore you guys with that. Like I said, you guys seen that a lot. And yeah, I'm going to just finish cleaning up. Well, I already kind of cleaned up all my tools, really, before I picked up the camera. But But yeah, man, like I said, that's gonna be the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this video helps you guys and you girls out there, you gals out there as well. Like I said, if you're a guy and you don't know how to change brakes or tire oil, you know, it's kind of embarrassing. There's something wrong with you. But to each his own, like I said, though, as well. But yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, man, it's your boy Don signing out. See you guys in the next one. Peace.